If you've ever wondered, is my child getting enough iron? Especially if they don't eat much meat, you're not alone. This is one of the most common concerns I hear from parents as a pediatric dietitian. And the good news is, kids don't need to eat meat to get enough iron. But it does take being a little more intentional about what we're offering. So today I'm going to walk you through what iron actually does, why it can be harder to get without meat, and most importantly, simple and realistic ways to add more iron to your child's day. So why does iron matter? Iron is important for things like energy levels, brain development, and overall growth. So when kids aren't getting enough, you might start to notice things like fatigue, low energy, irritability, and just not quite acting like themselves. Not always, but it's something to pay attention to. So iron actually helps transport oxygen in our body, which is really important. Let's talk about the different types of iron. There are two: iron from animal-based foods, heme iron, and iron from plant-based foods, non-heme iron. The main difference is that the iron from plant-based foods is a little bit harder for your body to absorb. So if your child doesn't eat meat, it's not that they can't get enough iron. We just want to be a little bit more thoughtful about how we build their snacks and meals. But instead of stressing out about offering your kids the most perfect iron-rich foods, I want you to think about this as small additions throughout the day. That's what actually can help make a difference. So here's some practical ways to add more iron, especially if your kids don't eat a lot of meat. Use fortified foods. Yes, fortification can be so beneficial, especially for iron. One of the easiest ways to add more iron is through fortified cereals. This is honestly one of my favorite low-effort options. If you pair it with fruit like strawberries, that vitamin C can actually help your body better absorb the iron. Add iron to meals they're already eating. You don't need to create totally new meals. Just build onto what's already working. Things like adding canned lentils to sloppy joes, spaghetti meat, taco meat, mixing beans into quesadillas, or blending white beans into Alfredo sauce. It keeps things familiar while adding nutrition. Make simple swaps. You don't have to overhaul your whole grocery list, but if you notice a pasta, a cereal, or a grain that has more iron in it, that's an easy swap to make. Think about how foods work together. This one matters more than people realize. Like I mentioned, vitamin C actually helps with iron absorption. So even just adding fruit or something with tomatoes in it can make a big difference. Even cooking with a cast iron skillet can add small amounts of iron over time. It's not a major source, but again, we're thinking about small adds that build up. So let's say you try all these things, but it's still not helping. So when should you actually consider an iron supplement? If you're concerned about your child's iron levels, the best next step is to talk to your child's pediatrician. They can help look at your child's diet, decide if labs are needed, and help determine if a supplement makes sense. I always recommend starting with food first when possible, but supplements absolutely have a place when needed. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's that you don't need to panic if your child doesn't eat meat. And you don't need to completely change how you feed your family. Just start with one or two small additions and build from there, because that's what actually supports your child's nutrition long term. If you found this helpful, I'd love for you to subscribe to the Good Eaters Club for more realistic, no pressure tips for feeding kids. And if you're working through picky eating, I have a free 5-week challenge where I walk you through exactly how to help your child try new foods without pressure. I'll link that below.